Hey, what's up, Herminators? So, when I went to ladder for the first time this season, I saw a lot of aggro decks and they made me a bit salty. So, I came up with a fatigue mage deck that can counter most aggro decks and can potentially even beat most of the control decks as well. And I have been winning majority of my games too. So I call this Cry Me a River because it seems like the opponent is winning, but when they see you put down an Illuminator with a bunch of secrets, they start to cry because they know already that they are going to lose. And now I'm going to talk about some of the cards and show you guys just how to play this deck. So when you look at this deck, it looks like a fatigue deck because we have the Illuminators, the Echo of Medivh, the duplicates, and the draw power that we have from the Acolyte. We also have the Sludge Belcher and some of the crowd control like Blizzard and Flame Strike. It has some elements of fatigue deck and also some elements of a tempo-ish mid-range deck as well. It's because I made it so that I can also potentially beat my opponent during the mid-game. But if they do want to go late-game, we can easily fatigue them out with the late-game mechanics. I ran a lot of early removals because there's a lot of aggro matchups lately. So I ran stuff like Flame Canyon and obviously Frostbolt. And I do have a version with Mana Worms just so that if the ladder is like flooded with a lot of aggro matchups, you can switch it to this deck list if you want to. I'll post it right over here. I think it's here. I'm pretty sure it's this side. But anyways, so yeah, I have a version of Mana Worms if there's a lot of early aggression because the Mana Worms actually help out fending off some early aggression as well. So playing against some aggro matchups, you can put down Mad Scientist as well. And you also want to mulligan this card in any type of matchups because it's really good. It's literally a 2-for-1 because the Mad Scientist can bring out a secret when it dies. And since this card is like a 2-for-1, you literally want to mulligan back all your secrets just so the Mad Scientists can be used at their full potential. Duplicate is one of the cards that help us fatigue out our opponents, and potentially we want to duplicate cards like Illuminator, Pilot Shredder, and Sludge Belcher. The reason why we want to duplicate these cards is because they are really hard to remove and waste a lot of your opponent's resources, so if we go into fatigue, they would have nothing left to come back with. One thing I really like is to duplicate my Illuminator, and while also having Ice Block on the field, it literally heals you for days. Even if your opponent removes this, we can still heal because you have a lot more copies in your hand as well. Yes, they can clear one, but that 4 health is actually pretty hard to take out, and they'll probably spend a lot of resources just taking care of 2 Illuminators, and then you can play 1 more, and when you play your 3rd Illuminator, they can't really handle that anymore, so you can literally heal for days. Echo Medivh also helps out with the fatigue process, just because it's similar to Duplicate, it gives us the copies. I never really thought Fireball as a win condition, I thought of it more as a control card, so I usually use this to move big threats, unless I can really push for lethal with Fireball. Polymorph, same thing as Fireball, I use it to move big threats like Sylvanas, Sludge Belcher as well because it wastes my resources on the board just to remove Sludge Belcher, so I might as well just Polymorph it, right? We run Kazan Mystics because a lot of mages now run like Mirror Entity and we don't really want our opponents getting one of our cards as well and helping them out. And also the Hunter runs a lot of traps as well, like Frozen Traps, Explosive Traps, and also Snake's Traps, so this is a really good addition. Pilot Shredder is just a sticky creature that sticks on the board and really wastes your opponent's resources of taking this card out. We can also duplicate or Echo Medivh this card is actually not that bad, but potentially I want to duplicate or Echo Medivh the Sludge Belcher or the Illuminators because they're actually game breaking if you have a lot of them on the board. Both of them is pretty much there for the board control and gives me another turn to set up my cards like Echo of Medivh or Duplicate. Sludge Belcher, as I said before, is a really hard minion to take out and you potentially want to duplicate or Echo Medivh this card. Blizzard is pretty much there for board control. We can potentially move our opponent's creatures with the 2 damage, and also it gives us another turn to figure out how to deal with their board as well. Flame Strike, as needless to say, is a really good AoE removal as it does 4 damage to each minion on your opponent's board. Dr. Boom, needless to say, this is a very OP card because it's literally a 7-drop for 9/9 because it's summoned 2 1/1 boom bots. It also does damage. This is really hard to replace, but I guess you can replace it with another big threat because Dr. Boom is just pretty much there for board presence. You can pretty much replace it with Sylvanas if you really want to. Usually when your opponent is out of steam, Ragnaros is actually pretty damn hard to deal with and it will consistently do 8 damage each turn. This is the Fatigue deck, and I was going to talk about the expansion for the Black Rock Mountain, but this video just took way too long because one game actually took me about like 15 minutes, so it's actually a pretty long game, and I'm only showing one gameplay video of this deck. If you want more, just let me know. I probably will follow up with a couple more gameplay videos, but I would not do them all at once because it's probably going to go over 40 minutes, even if I cut some of the waiting time as well. So I apologize for that, and I'm really proud of making this deck. Although this deck is not that perfect, it needs some tweaking as well, but I hope you guys would do some tweaking yourself and make this deck even better. And as always, I'll see you guys in the gameplay videos. So the matchup is against a Control Warrior. Control Warrior is sort of known to beat the mage most of the time, but I'm not your normal mage, nor am I a freeze mage, so I don't think that's going to happen. And I mulligan the Illuminator and the Flame Strike there because the Illuminator, the Control Warrior can take care of that easily, and I don't want to lose my win condition. The Flame Strike is really mana heavy. I might as well get some early removals to keep the board in control so that I can stall till late game and eventually fatigue him out. So he plays the Armor Smith here. It's very annoying and it's pretty hard to deal with, but since I top deck the Flame Canyon, it is quite okay, and it's really good for me because I want him to have the least amount of shield as possible, and this is great and a great top deck as well. It's really unfortunate for him as well. I do have 3 mana next turn. I'll most likely either want to set up an Acolyte of Pain or play the Illuminator, but I don't really want to play Illuminator because I don't want to be wiped out early, so I'll just play the Acolyte of Pain. But playing it naked is quite bad as well because I have a risk of getting into the Fiery War Axe, which allows me to only draw once, which is quite unfortunate. Because in order to make the Acolyte worth, I should draw at least 2 times. But I guess in this case it's worth it because I don't want to lose my win condition. Right here I should just coin in the Sludge Belcher because that's mana efficient, and he's probably going to waste some resources taking it out. So he just armors up right here. And he's using his Armor Smith to attack into it, so he's probably going to use a Shield Slam. Yep. And probably going to use a Fiery War Axe to kill off my token. And he plays another Fiery War Axe, and he's playing quite aggressively because he only has 3 cards in his hand, because that shows that he's spending a lot of resources, and I feel a lot safer. You can think of it this way: the more resources he wastes now is like the least he's going to have a comeback late game, which makes me feel quite safe. Damn, the Shield Maiden is pretty troublesome here, but he wasted Fire War Axe durability on my face. Why would you do that? How would you know that I don't have any minions out to play for you to remove? The reason the Fiery War Axe play was pretty bad is because he could have removed the Death Rattle from my Pilot Shredder as well and save it durability, but he didn't do that. And the reason why I froze the Shield Maiden is because I was hoping to use my Pilot Shredder's Death Rattle to trade into it, but unfortunately I got a 1-1. And more unfortunate, he played an Unstable Ghoul, and the 1-1 is not really gonna kill anything, so I might as well just use it to attack into the Unstable Ghoul, I guess, in order to draw a card. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Let's see what I get. A Polymorph. I can use that later because he has probably gonna have a lot of big creatures. And I'm just gonna ping the Shield Maiden here and ping him again next turn. I'll take the 6 damage to the face. It's not really a big deal. Okay, apparently I don't only take 6 damage but another 8, but we can easily handle the Ragnaros. So I'm probably gonna just polymorph it and just ping the Shield Maiden, and I'm not really scared of lethal because it's not turn 10 yet. He can't really play his Grommash and Taskmaster combo, so I can just play my Ice Block next turn if I feel like I'm in lethal range, but I'm probably not, and I want to stall till turn 10 because I want to play my 2 Illuminators into my Echo Medivh, because that's going to be a pretty sick combo, and he's probably gonna go like, what the hell is going on? And he plays the Alexstrasza here. I like that because he healed me for 2, which is not really a big deal. I will most likely polymorph the Alexstrasza here because I don't want to take 8 damage to the face, and play Ice Block just in case he has the Grommash and Taskmaster combo, because I don't want to lose right now before playing my 2 Illuminators and my Echo combo. He plays Lothap here. I find that pretty threatening because 5 damage to the face is actually quite a bit, so no matter what, I'll have to take care of that before anything else. So I'll most likely Fireball that. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to Fireball that. Eat my Fireball, Lothap. Hadouken! Oh yeah. Okay, so he just placed an Acolyte of Pain. That's a pretty weak board that he has there. So I believe it's sort of safe to just play the 2 Illuminators and Echo combo and wreck him quite hard. Alright, it's time. Oh, Echo Medivh. Oh, now I'm healing for 8 health, and it's no big deal because that's not quite a bit. And eventually that's going to snowball if he doesn't take care of this board. And especially have 2 more in my hand. Oh man, he's actually gonna clear it. Oh my god. He was screwed up there. He could have used his sheep to attack into me, and now he just missed out on 1 damage. And that 1 damage could be crucial. You never know because I'm healing quite a bit. So this turn, I'm gonna play my other 2 Illuminators and another Echo. The reason for that is because I think he used quite a bit of resources here, and then I believe it's quite safe to use it. And even once again, if he clears these 2 Illuminators out, I can once again play another 2 Illuminators. Now he's probably going like, what the hell is going on? This guy's deck is crazy. Now it went from like 13 HP to 24, and eventually I'm gonna go to full health too. So he's just gonna try his best to clear this out. Okay, he's gonna use Whirlwind, and he's gonna draw a card. He's fishing for it. Let's see if he can clear this whole board out. Okay, he plays a Sludge Belcher. Okay, so he uses another Shield Slam, so he has none left. So right now he only has 1 more Execute. Okay, Mad Scientist. I'll probably play the Mad Scientist and Fireball just to keep the board in my control. And why not just throw down another Illuminator? I guess I'll throw down Illuminator. Yeah, Illuminator is actually not that bad here. He doesn't have a great board to clear out my stuff. And now I'm back to 28 health, guys. This is how good this deck is. Oh man, he has a Death Bite. That's really unfortunate because now I only have 1 Illuminator in my hand. That's pretty damn sad. Now he's just gonna armor up. Okay, right here we can do a pretty big play. I can use my Mad Scientist to trade into the token and play my Ragnaros. And just because I think he has another Execute in his hand, I am going to make this weird play that you guys might think is pretty weird, but I don't think it's weird. I'm going to pick my own Mad Scientist. The reason for that is because I want my duplicate secret, just in case that he clears it out with the Execute, because he's probably going to attack my face with a Death Bite and execute it, and I'm going to have 2 Ragnaros in my face, and he has 2 Ragnaros to worry about. That's even worse than the Illuminators in my hand. I'm not even going to lie. Okay, let's see if he executes. And he does! And he's gonna be facing 2 Ragnaros. I'm pretty sure he knows that, but I don't think he had a choice because he really needs to clear that out. And he plays a Karn. That's not very common in Control Warriors. Actually, it's pretty common. You either play the Pilot Sky Golem or the Karn, but it's up to preference. And I'll play my Ragnaros here. Why not? And ping him in the face. Just be mana efficient. Man, he's gonna have a whole world of pain right now. Ouch. Man, that 25 armor now down to 9. Imagine if I play another Ragnaros next turn. That will hurt even more. You can attack me all you like, man. I have Ice Block. Ice Block is gonna keep me in the game. Okay, now I'm just probably gonna play another Ragnaros. Having 2 Ragnaros on the board is nice. You never see that all the time, so this is quite memorable for me. I think this is the first. I wish I had a Faceless Manipulator to have 3 Ragnaros on the board. I don't know what he can do. He probably needs to somehow execute, but I think he has 1 more. He either has 1 more or none at all. Okay, so he's playing his Grommash here. And is he going to trade? I would probably trade here. No, he attacks a face. Alright. That's very ballsy of you, good sir. Well, let's see here. Okay, Flame Strike is pretty good here because I can Flame Strike it, clear off his 2/2, and make the Karn thing 4/1 and ping it off, which is not that bad, which is almost like a board clear. I'm pretty sure my Ragnaros can snipe the Grommash. If it can't snipe the Grommash, then I'm pretty screwed. Yep, that's right. I'm pretty sure my 50-50s are good. This is more like 100% in my opinion. Alright, he's just gonna... Oh, ooh, you tricky guy. If neither of my Ragnaros survive there, I'll be the saltiest man alive. I'm not even going to lie. I'm probably just going to click on the concede button. I'm not even joking. So I'm just going to play the duplicate just in case he removes his Ragnaros. And I'll most likely play another Illuminator because that's one of the cards I want to get duplicated. And I at 3 health. I'm in a quite tight spot, so playing Illuminator is actually not that bad. And he's just gonna play Acolyte of Pain, and he probably needs a ton of card draw because he did play his Unstable Ghoul. I'm probably going to fatigue him right here, right now. I'm probably going to Frostbolt the Unstable Ghoul, just so he can draw 1. Probably gonna ping the Acolyte to draw another. I should have played the Dr. Boom here, but why not just make him draw, right? Because this is a fatigue mage. We're gonna get him fatigued, and we're just gonna play the Loatheb just in case he has a spell to come back with and just stop him from using it, because we really want to secure the win. And healing up back 4 health is pretty good because we were at a pretty low health, and we need that. Oh man, the Savannah is pretty bad here, because if my Ragnaros hit it and then suddenly gets like a pretty good creature, it's pretty sad for me. I just hope it doesn't get Ragnaros, because, you know, it can get itself. Okay, getting the Illuminator is not bad because I can just heal myself back up quite a bit. I'm probably just gonna play Dr. Boom and another Illuminator, because that'll get me tons of board pressure, and I hope the Sylvanas doesn't get one of my bigger creatures, because, you know, just hope he gets my Boom bots. But it doesn't really matter. I feel like I'm gonna win either way. There's a very least likelihood that he's going to win. Let's see what he plays though. Oh, he says well played. Does that mean I win or he wins? I'm gonna say well played too. Ooh, there's actually a possibility of him winning here if only he had a Doomsayer, because I had that happen to me and all the boom bots hit me on the face after the Doomsayer effect, and it literally killed me off even when I had Ice Block. I don't know how the hell that happened, which is pretty amazing, and it's nice to know. Okay, it doesn't really matter. We probably have to win right here. And I BM'd him a little bit right here because I actually did not know how much damage he's gonna take next turn, and I forgot. And I'm usually a very nice guy. I don't really BM. And if you guys want more gameplay videos, please let me know in the comments below. And I'm probably just gonna post one more tomorrow just so you guys would know how the aggro matchup goes. But this game took pretty long, and so I'm just gonna keep it to one game. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay gold, Herminators.